Hi, so recently I broke down and I bought my first smartphone stabilizer or gimbal. I bought the DJI OM 4. I bought it a few weeks ago. I'm going on a trip soon. I wanted to have something nice to take with me. What I really liked about this, I checked out the 3 and the 4, and what I liked about this is that the clip to mount it to the gimbal is not attached to the gimbal itself. There's actually a clip that goes right onto your phone. It fits, slides on, or there's one that you can permanently attach to your phone, and it has a little ring holder as well. And these are held onto the gimbal using very strong magnets, and it works really well. The biggest challenge I have, and I've searched the internet high and low for some sort of hack to this, is that it doesn't work with cell phone cases. You cannot permanently attach this to your cell phone case. It just won't work on the gimbal, won't stabilize. Now this will fit on a very thin case. I have an OtterBox case here, and it's very thin. You could probably see the remnants of an old Rebel sticker I had on there. But what happens is when you do put it on the phone case, it will go on, absolutely go on, but it's not a perfect fit. If you look closely, it's a little, doesn't quite get on there just right, and every now and then you have to adjust it to keep it from slipping or falling off. So what am I to do with this? I can't use the case. It's an expensive phone. I don't want to take the case off. I want to keep the case on, but I can't use this clip, and this ring won't permanently fit to my case. So what I convinced my wife to let me do, she wasn't a big fan of me permanently affixing this to my phone, but if this works, she'll let me do it. What I want to do is I want to cut a hole into this case and glue this to the phone so that it's permanently on my phone and I still get to use the case. One thing I do have to keep in mind though is that once I cut this hole in the phone case, this is going to be now flush with the phone case, and we'll have trouble going on to the gimbal. The hole won't be big enough. So the diameter of the hole in my phone case has to be the same diameter of this so that it can reach the magnet down below. And it's a really strong magnet on there, so I have no doubt it'll hold the phone just fine, like that. So what I'm going to do before I actually drill into my phone case is I have an old phone case here, and I'm going to try just drill a practice hole in there to the diameter of the gimbal hole right there. Okay, so I went outside with the drill and I made my test hole on my old phone case to see if it worked. In theory, it actually came out pretty nice. I got to really try hard to keep it on center. So the drill bit I used was a circular drill bit with, I think this is 1 3/4 of an inch hole. And when I made the hole into the phone case, I thought I'd be able to sand it down, but it came out a little bit rough on this way, but on the inside it looked pretty, a lot better. So I think on the actual case when I do it, I'm going to drill from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. And then we'll see how that goes. But you can see it slips perfectly. It'll fit perfectly inside the gimbal and connect directly to the phone without it getting in the way. So that's real important. So now the big test is to do it on this phone case, attach the little ring piece with glue, let it settle, then put it back on. It's going to take some measurements, but we'll see what happens. As I showed you before, the drill bit here, it just went, I put on a flat surface. I actually used a cardboard box to make the hole in the phone, and it just drilled right in perfect. It took about 2 seconds to do the drilling, and the little pieces actually stuck right inside there, and that'll just pop out when I come to drill. So these drill bits, only a few dollars. I think I picked this one up at Harbor Freight Tools, so it was no big deal. It was a really quick fix. I use a cardboard box so that when I went down too low, it just went through the box, and I didn't ruin any floor or any table or anything. So I didn't do this on this table. I actually did it on an empty cardboard box. After I made the hole, it was a little bit rough, the texture right here. I did take a little bit of sandpaper, some fine grit sandpaper I had laying around the shed, and I just smoothed it out, wiped it off really good, and it made a pretty no scratchy hole right here. It won't scratch your phone, it won't scratch your hand. So it is important to use a little sandpaper just to go through it, just nice and soft and easy. You don't want to do too much because you're going to scratch up your phone case. This is an old phone case, so I did have some few scratches and some sticker shadows on there, and the inside won't scratch up the back of your phone. It's nice and smooth. The hardest part was finding the center, and I really did think I had the center, but I was off by just a little bit. But nonetheless, it'll still work. You can see the gimbal fits right through the hole, although I didn't quite need to make the hole that big after realizing that the depth of the ring was perfect, that I could have made the hole the perfect size, but then trying to find center would have been a challenge. I already put the case on here, and you'll see how far off center I am. The apple on the phone is actually the center of the case. So although the hole came out really nice, the center is not perfect, but I will still be able to get this right on center and put it on with the special adhesive, and then it has to cure overnight, and then we can put it through its test tomorrow. But regardless, I think it came out pretty decent for a try. If any of you try it, I'd really love to know how it came out, but I would recommend spending as much time as you can to get the apple in the center of that circle, and you really just have to use a smaller bit if you want it to be a perfect fit. Keep in mind you do have to get your finger down in here to get the ring out, so maybe it's not a bad idea to have that little extra space right down there. So the DJI OM4 came with a wet wipe and a dry wipe. That's important to clean your phone before you attach the magnetic ring holder onto it. It also came with this template that I used before, and I already pulled the little sticky part off of here when I'm putting it on my phone. It came with 2 3M stickers and an extra backing sticker that actually is on back. One is on back of the ring holder already. So this extra one and this extra one, I'm just gonna put those to the side for now, and that's gonna save those just in case the glue ever runs soft on either one of these. So the first step I need to do is clean my phone really good with the wet wipe first, in the area that I'm going to be sticking the 3M sticker to. Apple was kind enough to put a big apple right in the dead center of the phone, so I know exactly where that sticker is going to go. It's going to help get all dirt, the grease, anything that's going to keep it from sticking. So that was the wet one. Now I'm going to open up the dry packet and make sure the phone is nice and dry. Probably the cleanest my phone has been all year. So the 3M sticker, I'm just gonna peel off and aim right for the center. Best I can. I know my circle's a little low on my phone that I cut out of the case, so I'll probably go a hair lower. But I think that's pretty good to center there. Gonna smooth it out as best as I can. Now, if you don't have a glass on your phone, you don't have to use this. If you have a plastic phone or a phone that is metal, it says you don't need this sticker. But this iPhone 11 Pro Max has a glass matte finish gray in the back here, so I do need to use that. Okay, so that's nice, and I'm going to actually I'm going to wipe this down too, use the wet one again, use the dry one again. Now I'm going to take my template that came with it, and like I said, there's a little adhesive part I already pulled off to help me line it up just perfect, top to bottom, side to side, to get that in there. And I think that looks really good. Just maybe a little tap over this way. Okay. Now I think that needs to come up a little more. Side to side, top to bottom. That looks good, so I'm going to put that down. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna peel the sticky part off. Now once I put this on here, it actually has to cure for 12 hours, so I won't be able to see the results until tomorrow morning. Let me get this on here. Nice and perfect. There's a magnet inside the phone, so kind of fighting with myself here. So once you get that in there, slide this right off. And there you go. It's right on center. So tomorrow morning, I will be able to give this a try. But for now, I'm going to put my case on and see how it looks. Okay. Didn't get the hole perfect, but in theory, it all works. But at least with that extra space, I can get my finger and get the ring up. So we're going to call that a victory. Not perfection, but a victory. And I think this is a pretty good hack for getting that done, to having a case on your phone and having this stuck directly to the phone. Although this is nice, and some people actually leave it on their phone all the time, just doesn't quite work that great with the phone case, even a thin phone case, and it's always taking it on and off. So with this will always be ready to go anytime I need to pull it on and off. And if you can see, it's pretty flush, pretty tight. So if you're able to get that hole exactly in the center, you'll probably get a better job than I did. But all in all, I think this will work fine. We'll test it in the morning. Okay, good morning. So we're back. Last night I went ahead and let this cure it overnight. It seems to be on there really strong. I can hold it. It doesn't move around anywhere. So if you notice at the beginning of the video, I went ahead and put in a warning because I did not discover this until after I put this on here. So I want to make sure you know, before you put this magnetic ring onto your iPhone 11 Pro Max, or maybe any other phone that uses wireless charging, I want you to know this phone here, once I glued this on here and it's fixed, I can no longer use the wireless charging. That's something that is not promoted very well. You're not going to see, so keep that in mind. If you highly depend on that wireless charging, don't put this on here because you won't be able to use that function anymore. So this is on here. It looks good. I still have this here. I can still put it on my phone, although there's really no need to because I have this. But the good part is my wife can put this on her phone. A buddy can put it on their phone. So then we can essentially have two phones to do this. So I did it already this morning. When you attach this, go ahead and calibrate your phone with the gimbal. There's instructions going to the menu. That's real important the first time you do this. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to attach this right on here. See, it jumps in pretty nice. Turn the power on. And it goes right to work, as you can see. No issues whatsoever. It moves around, does everything that it needs to do. I'm really happy with this. So if you like what you see, go ahead and let me know. If you have any comments, any questions, let me know. If you have any ideas for any other videos, just go ahead and put it in the message down below. Thanks for watching.